If you're a maintenance supervisor for a commercial property, you've had to deal with everything from leaky faucets to flickering light bulbs. But nothing's worse than that ancient boiler that's lived in the building since the day it was built, 50 years ago. It's enough to make anyone lose their cool. That's where Grainger comes in. With industrial-grade products and dependable fast delivery, Grainger can help with any challenge, from worn-out components to everyday necessities. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, everyone. This is me, Jonathan Alexander, and I'm here to host our show, Life After Happiness. Today, I have my co-host, Barbara, here with me. Are you there, Barbara?
Yes, I am. Hi, Johnny, and happy Memorial Day weekend.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, and
you
I mean,
are welcome.
And I mean, it's weird. This is the Memorial Weekend is always interesting for me because it's my birthday around the time, and
I know.
You know, I turned 51 on a Sunday, and usually, you know, Memorial Day, you know, is sort of a time when I think we start thinking about the summer. I've noticed this, like people are putting up their pictures, they're saying, oh, bathing suit weather, you know, and they think about what are the kids going to do when they get out of summer, when they get out of school, and I was just curious. I think we agreed that this would be the title of the show tonight. So,
well, yes, but Johnny, before we move ahead with that, because I don't want to have the audience out there listening think that we don't care about the actual meaning. So let's go over the actual meaning, because it isn't about a long weekend, road trip, backyard barbecue, or sales. The real meaning of the national holiday is much more somber, and let's make sure that we tell everybody we do care, although how long can you do a show about that? So then we decided, yes, let's talk about our summer plans, and let's see if people want to call in and tell us about theirs. But first, I want to ask you a question, because a lot of people ask this, and I do know the answer. Okay, what is the difference between Veterans Day and Memorial Day?
Veterans Day, this is what if I had to say what I think it is, Veterans Day is for people like Richard. And Memorial Day is for the veterans who have passed away.
Correct. So that means Richard is still alive, even though he's 94.
Right.
So happy Veterans Day to him. But Memorial Day, you are so correct. It is for all those that have lost their lives if they were in the service. So it's a wonderful holiday. It is sad for many people. I had a grandpa that was a veteran who is now passed away. So just everybody after the show, take a minute to reflect on those who you love that have fought for your freedom and who have lost their lives. I just wanted to make that clear, and that we really care about the true meaning of Memorial Day.
I know. It's true. But
now back to our summer plans.
What are your summer plans? What?
Guess what? Mine, just today, I booked my flight to Las Vegas, because I actually it's going to be fun and work, but I got a gig in Las Vegas doing an interview, and then a party for David Meese. He's a photographer. I shot with him so much throughout my career. I love him. He's fantastic. Well, he has a new magazine out there, and it's his year anniversary, so he's having a huge party at Ghost Bar at the Palms. He invited me, and then now hiring me to do an interview. So I just booked the flight, and I'm excited. So I'm starting off my plans on next Thursday. I leave.
Let me ask you, is Priscilla going with you?
No, I did ask her, because I probably could sneak her in, and we have a room at the Palms and all that, but she wasn't interested, so that's okay.
Well, it's good that you gave her that choice. I mean, it's like sometimes if you give someone a choice, even though you know what they're going to say, there's a lot more respect coming from them.
Yeah, it makes them feel very special. And also, we have my brother who lives there and his wife, so her auntie and uncle are there, but she's not wanting to go this time. But I need to focus. It is work, and I need to focus. But I have friends there because I used to live in Las Vegas, so it's going to be really fun for me, and it's going to be nice and hot, and I get to pick out some fun outfits to wear. So I always love trips. Do you have a first trip planned?
No, but I do have some work planned. Like I'm going to be working on my channel, and I'm not my channel, my network actually, I should say. And,
oh, great.
And I'm going to, give channels to people and everything. And also my plan is, I think this summer is going to be to join some dating sites. Because
oh, good. I'll help you write your profile.
Yeah, I think what it is that the part that makes me sad sometimes, even though I know it's best not to stay sad, but we're all human, is that I don't have that special person in my life, and it's like it's been a while since I've had some kind of relationship. So I haven't, when I make up I have had a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, who I know who have had a lot more experience around people than I have, dating than I have. And it's sort of like it makes me wonder, am I doing something wrong? Now, I know this is about summer plans, not just dating, but I think that it's something that I want to think about a little bit, I mean, because I think that one of the things that's about summer is the weather gets hot. And because it gets hot, you take advantage of it. You start, like if I had to guess, you're probably going to be a lot of time on the beach this summer. Am I right?
Yes, but I already do go to the beach. I don't care what the weather is, and I usually walk on the beach a few times a week because it's so good for your body and your feet barefoot. So I don't even care because you could just bundle right up. And I know you live right on the beach in Florida, and it is good just to go out. I like it when it's windy and gusty out there. I think it's fun finding driftwood and all.
What about Priscilla? How is she on the beach?
She loves it too, and she loves walking on it. But she is a group friends. Like she has a group of friends, and she's very social. So she's always out and about downtown at the pier. So she's enjoying the outdoors a lot. Thank you for asking. I actually just dropped her off at the gym, and she's going to hang out with friends. She usually doesn't even come home if it's Friday night. She usually stays out. She stays out with friends. I give her freedom, but she's a good girl. She's always safe, and she's really enjoying all of her money. I know that. But I think it's good that they get a good chunk of money for their birthday because then they realize how fast that goes. Just, I mean, $100, we spend that just walking out the door as adults. So I think it's good for her to get.
Things are becoming more expensive. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's sort of like when you, I mean, it's, I remember when I gave $20 to my girlfriend's daughter one time, and she acted like she won the lottery. And it's like, if I gave $20, to Priscilla would be like, what?
Not really, though, because even if I give her $5, she's so thankful. It depends how they're raised, Johnny. I think she would be very, very appreciative, actually. She's not a spoiled brat. She really isn't.
Well, I'm not saying she's a spoiled brat. I'm just saying that $20 doesn't go as far as it used to be. Yeah.
No, but it's good for a little treat, especially when you don't have the responsibilities of paying rent and buying groceries. So it is substantial. But she is 16 now, and it's going by fast, and I don't want her to grow up. And it's selfish of me, but oh my gosh, it's scary because at 18, then she'll be an adult and she can do whatever she wants. She can move out. And I think I will have a problem with the empty nesting, but nothing a good summer vacation can't cure, get your wonderful time with your family. And I just love summer. It's been freezing here in Huntington Beach every day for like a week. So I can't wait till it warms up. And I love hot summer nights too. But I wanted to say,
what are Priscilla's summer plans, if you don't mind me asking?
I will tell you. Thank you. Staying on the topic. Big plans. Big, huge plans. In July, my dad has split the bill for this amazing camp in British Columbia, Canada, called Malibu. And it's not Malibu in California. I just said British Columbia. It's been around since 1954. And my grandpa Moore actually gave $1.5 million to get that camp started. So it's been in our family. It's a Christian-based camp, and the kids just have such a great time. So they have to fly, spend the night in Seattle, and then they're going to go to a Mariners game. Then they take a bus, then they have to get on a ferry. It's just fun getting there with like 20 kids that are all in high school age, and they go in a pack, and then they go up there and they meet hundreds of kids that are coming from all over the world. This is called Malibu Camp. It is amazing. It's one of the best ones you can go to. It's thousands of dollars. My dad is doing it for her, and I'm so excited for her, and she wants to go. A lot of kids don't want to go to camp because they don't have their friends that they know around them, but they go and meet friends that they'll have for a lifetime. They water ski. They do all kinds of things there. It's wonderful. They have all kinds of YouTube videos about this camp. So that's a big deal for her. And she already did a Texas trip recently to see her half-sister. So she already did that for a week. This girl's traveling more than her mommy.
Well, let me ask you this. What is the YouTube thing for this camp so that other people may want to check it out? What do they do to look it up?
Okay, I will tell you. But if you're on, you just Malibu Camp, really. But I'll conduct this professional search right this second.
Sure.
But do we have any phone calls? Because, hey, everybody, we know that this usually is Psychic Night Friday. We know that. But Dale Shear, our psychic, doesn't usually like to do shows on the weekend. So not the weekend, on a holiday. Holiday. So we decided we're doing one anyway because you and I know that we have listeners that are going to be listening anyway, so we thought we'd change it up a bit and do a show on Memorial Day and what we're doing for the summer. So if there are callers out there, we want to hear what you're doing. Are you doing anything fantastic or different or interesting? Call us up right now. Do you want to give them the number right now while I look?
I will. 516-531-9874.
Okay, great.
So let's hear what.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. I just am shocked that we don't really have any callers, actually.
Well, I don't know. But maybe we will. I don't know. We often, they just pop up. Usually, is what they do. People find the show on Blog Talk and then they call in. But that's.
Well, you told us what you're doing this summer.
I told you I want to put some ads in some dating sites and work on my network. And also, one of the things I am going to do probably is I don't know if this is planning, but go use Uber more because of the hot weather. Go to Dairy Queen a little bit more.
Dairy Queen a lot more. That's not a trip.
Have you ever tried a Blizzard? You would say
yes.
It's a trip.
That is a trip. It is really great. Okay, well, if people want to find the Malibu camp. I forgot. It's really called Young Life. That whole camp, all around the United States and all around the world, they have different Young Life little camps, and those people who are a part of that are eligible to go to the big camp in British Columbia. So go check it out, everybody. It's amazing and it's life-changing. Young Life in Malibu, British Columbia. There's all kinds of YouTube videos on it.
Let me ask you this.
It's like $200, John, to go to this camp.
Okay. How much of, what did you say about dollars go to this camp?
Cost $2,000 to go to this camp.
Okay. My question
That's a lot.
Did she and you decide to go to the camp, or was it your father? Whose idea was it?
It was my father's, because his father, my Grandpa Moore, helped start this camp by giving, over $1 million in 1954 to get it started. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. The facility is amazing, and the water and just where the location is with waterfalls and all that. So my dad sent my brother, and I said, well, why did I miss this big thing that you're talking about our whole life? Why I never did go. And he goes, you were at cheerleading camp.
But I mean,
because
I'm just curious. Priscilla
wants
to go, right? I mean, it was
Who?
her idea. Priscilla was part of the decision-making process about going to this thing, right?
No, my dad has been pushing this for her to go, and we just think that at 16 right now, sophomore in high school, that this is a good age for her to go. No, he would be so devastated if she didn't want to go. It's all my dad. He offered it. He's like, I have this money set aside for her to go to this camp, and I really want her to go. And then I am so pleased because she said, yes, I do want to go.
Okay. I'm glad that you
asked.
Johnny,
maybe you should come visit me. Sorry to interrupt you, but maybe you should come visit me finally now for this summer.
If I have the money, I mean,
Okay, well, let's not get into the details. I'm just saying you are invited. I'm all organized now. I feel really good about my organizing, and I could be ready to show you a great time in Huntington Beach and Newport Beach and L.A., go up to L.A. in my nice Jag, and you can see people you like that you met through the show, through me, since I've been around. Because I remember when I started with the show, you were just turning 48, and now you're going to turn 51.
Right.
Okay, well, it's something to think about because, yes, you did tell us what you were doing, but you're not telling us about trips you're doing.
Yeah, well, it's because I don't have a lot of money to go on a trip. I mean, the thing is just that I would if I have the money, but it's just that, like, I couldn't be able to afford a hotel or anything is the thing. So I wouldn't be able to do it.
Okay, well, we'll talk about it later. Because I want you to is what it's about, trips and seeing different parts of the country and everything, and you deserve it. But more than that, you really do deserve a companion. So I'm glad to hear that you're going to get your dating sites going this summer.
Right.
And I'll help you write your profile.
I know. I am.
Are you excited to meet somebody?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the person, would have to love the paranormal because I work in the paranormal a lot. And, they would have to, I think that if I could meet somebody that loved the beach, then it would make it easier to be at the beach, So it would be a little bit easier to do that, if that makes sense.
Sure it does. Well, that sounds wonderful.
Now, are you on any dating sites?
No, and I never would be on any. Oh, my gosh. To me, that would just seem like it would take up so much time just to scroll through people. That's fine for you. It's fine for other people, okay? But I get out and about. I'm going to be out to meet people that way. And I like to meet people in my area, so I'm not going to do that. It's kind of hard when you're a Playboy Playmate, and we rarely just put ourselves out there like that. I mean, you can understand. We're going to just attract a lot of undesirables, and it's scary.
Well,
it's not secure.
like for example, I will tell you something that this is a bit off subject, but like for example, I made a channel. One of the channels was for Colleen Shannon. You remember her? And I called her up and I said, Colleen, if I ordered you a T-shirt and that was advertised as your channel on the network, and I had it sent to a post office box that you had, would you want one? And the reason I say post office box is because I think it's more appropriate to do it that way. I don't want her or anybody thinking that I'm some creepy guy. And you said yourself, Playboy Playmate. It's does that make sense?
Yes. But hey, let me know when you're on these sites if you do find any Playboy Playmates on there. I'm just curious. I don't think that they normally do this. But what sites were you thinking of? What is good out there? Just give the audience some ideas since you're already into it.
Well, you mean dating sites?
Yeah. What's good out there? I wouldn't know.
Hinge is good. And the reason I say that, and I am not gay, but do you know Pete Buttigieg, the guy who ran for president in 2020? Well,
no.
Yeah, Pete Buttigieg is his name. He met his husband on Hinge. So it can be a dating site where people met. And then, now, I have tried...
Did you say his husband? Did you say his husband?
Yeah, he met his husband. I mean, I'm not gay myself, but I'm just saying... I'm saying he met his partner is what I'm saying.
That's what you should say husband. I just thought, did I hear that right? And I did. Okay.
Yeah, he's gay. So he... And so I've heard some success with Hinge, and I mean, and it seems to work for heterosexual and homosexual couples. So, I mean, I would love to find a woman on there. So it's going to be neat, to try that out, because my criteria is usually rare. I don't know a whole lot of women that don't have children and don't want children. Usually women are, by their age, they've had kids or they don't,
So what do you want? Do you want somebody with kids, or say, okay, you're going to turn 51, so obviously if you go for your own age, they're going to be out of the childbearing age, which is that good or bad?
No kids.
Is that good
I don't want kids.
You don't want them?
What?
You don't. If they have kids, it's fine, but you don't want to.
Yeah, I don't want to be the father figure. I don't want to be the father figure because I don't think I can be the father figure. I want my relationship to be. Tell
people why, Johnny. You should tell people why.
I always do. Since I was.
It makes you look bad, like you don't think you're going to be a father figure. People are probably wondering, well, why not? What's wrong with you?
It's just that what it is that, okay, whenever I've been in a situation where I'm interacting with kids, I worry about doing the wrong thing, and then I get a real obsessive compulsive. I also don't want to do anything that makes me want to revisit my childhood. Now, my parents are great. But it makes me feel like, when I graduated from college, I didn't want to do anything that would make me go back and experience school again. I'm out of school. That's it. It's over. In when you're disabled, you experience your childhood is very rough, and I just want to go on and experience, the world outside of that. So that's why. And I always knew I never wanted them. I mean, people would ask me, aren't you ever want to play catch with your kid? Nope. You're inside the world play catch. Well, what about when your kid wants to? I'm not going to want to have kids,
That whole equation's out for you, and that makes sense. And a lot of people who are not disabled are fine with no kids as well. I have a friend that she had such a horrible childhood because she was over 6 feet tall, and she just, she came into her own, and she's gorgeous now, but she had such a hard time with just the way she looked. She didn't want that for her kid. She never wants kids, and she's not disabled. So I understand. It can be very traumatic what you have been through, and it makes a lot of sense to not want that for your kid.
Where's your friend?
You know her, and we're not going to say names, but you know her very well. You've never met her in person, obviously. It's just been on air, and private phone calls, but you know her very well. Don't start guessing either, because
okay.
On air.
Okay. This is a friend of yours,
you might not
right?
even know. You might not even know how tall she is, just because you've only talked to her, and that may never have come up.
Okay, but you're telling me that this is a friend of yours?
Good friend of mine from where I am from originally as well.
Okay.
No, it's going to drive you crazy because I know you so well, Johnny. You're going to.
Yes, you do.
You're not going to stop thinking. Yeah, you're not going to stop thinking about it until you know who that is, right?
Yeah.
It's actually a great topic for a show.
Mm-hmm.
And I bet we would get a lot of people who would like to call in about it, why they wouldn't want to have kids because of something very traumatic that happened in their upbringing. My upbringing was half traumatic, half fabulous. So when you have a broken family, sometimes that happens. So I was able to see the fabulous. So I was able to know that I'll just follow my fabulous route and whatever those people did to make it fabulous and do that, copy that. And that's what I do with Priscilla. And we are so happy.
Okay.
All right.
Do you want to?
I know we're getting off the topic.
That's okay. Do you want to do the shout out, or do you want to?
Oh yeah, it's time for the shout out. Thank you. This has been fun and enlightening, and also, I think really great that we didn't cancel it altogether, the show tonight, because it is important to acknowledge the veterans who have lost their lives and remember them. And that is what Memorial Day is all about. So everybody take a moment this weekend and on Monday to reflect on those. And there may be some family members and friends that you don't even know were in the military because maybe they didn't have like a huge dying in, battle combat, but these sacrifices that these people made, they were in the office or down in the submarine and never saw any real battles. That is still many, many hours, days, weeks, years that they dedicated their life to keeping us safe. So I really thank them for all of that. And I'm glad we did the show to say that and also touch upon the lighter things like the vacations coming up in our lives and how grateful we are for those. And if we aren't enjoying vacations, doing things like turning a new page in our life like Johnny is and signing up for those dating sites and looking for the best life that you could give yourself. Be happy and take the steps to get there. It is so very important, and that is life, everybody. So thank you for listening to Life, Laughter, Happiness, and we wish you a wonderful weekend, and happy Memorial Day.
Happy Memorial Day. Good night, everyone.
Good night, Johnny. Thank you. Good night, everybody.